Hello, this is Randy Duck and welcome back for another video. This time we've got two replays featuring the Tier 10 American heavy tank, the E5. It's a tank which is featured on my channel a fair bit, mainly because I really like the tank. And I've got two replays for you today, the first one being on steps. We have no fun police in the game, which is always nice to do. Yeah, we don't have to worry about getting shot from the sky in this one. And we're going to go and take down a sort of 8-9 line at the start. But we don't really have a lot of support, and it looks like quite a few of the enemy tanks are coming this way. So I would quite like my team to realise that, and maybe a few tanks come with me, or the ones which are just, got heavy tanks just sort of camping in the base. But I'm kind of saying that, with a pinch of salt. I don't really believe they're going to turn around, because they never really do. So I'm going to try and make sure I get as much damage in as I can at this situation, because, like I say, I am outnumbered. I have a couple of tanks with me. I don't really want to abandon this heavy as come with me, so I'm going to try and just get as much in as I can. And straight away, I did manage to pick up 2,000 damage at the start of the game, taking no damage in return. But I need to make sure I punish, everything I can, like just try and take out tanks out of the game. We've got this Dragon here. We put on a 2-shot now. If I can get another shot at this Dragon, would be nice. I don't really want to have to overextend myself, but thankfully the Dragon actually comes around, and then we're able to, me and with AMX 3090, we're able to take that tank out. At least evening up the scores a little bit. We just want to take out as many as we can, as fast as we can. Just really put the hurt in the team. So if they all push me at one go, then I'm probably going to die. Won't be a lot I can do. But thankfully for me, the enemy team is sort of pushing in drips and drags and not really committing sort of push altogether. So I'm able to sort of pick up tanks, one by one, rather than having to deal with them all in one go. We do our first shot of damage. Just sort of two tanks pushing forward now. And we notice that the Conqueror on our left is the tank which is pushing the most aggressive. So I want to try and take this Conqueror out as quick as I can, and help out my my one friendly heavy tank I've got. So we're going to push forward. We're going to make sure we get a nice shot into the turret there, damaging his gun as well, I believe. He's now one shot, so we should be able to finish him off. And then unfortunately the gun just trolls me there for no apparent reason. But thankfully gets shut down by a heavy tank anyway. And it's nice when you can take out the tanks, one by one, rather than all pushing in together. It's kind of what you want. But now I actually do have a support of a few tanks, this light tank and this medium tank. And that's great. So we managed to get one into the Conqueror, damaging his ammo rack. I think he's actually just used his repair kit. But now, he's in an awkward situation. Now I actually managed to get help. And we've had a decent start to this game, putting myself up to 4,000 damage, picked up a little bit of assistance as well. And now we've done enough damage to the team. We kind of sort of won this side. We're able to push forward and just try and get into the enemy base, pick up the remaining parts of the damage of the game. So we did well there, because considering we were outnumbered quite a lot. Like I say, it could have gone a lot badly for us if the enemy all pushed in one go, but as they didn't, and we didn't have the fun police to contend with as well, which is another big factor. Because obviously if I got slapped by the fun police, then the enemy team might see me on less hit points and then make the push. But that didn't happen. We've got this Batcher AP poking up. We're just trying to get across the damage as quickly as we can here. I sort of turn my tank towards where that Batcher was. I didn't want to get clipped in the side. And trying to get in a little bit of cover now, because there is this T30 who I was originally trying to push, but can't get over there until I deal with these mediums in front of me. We do get one into T30, leaving him on 30 hit points, and we do block one in return. Because E5 armor, I think when you're going against especially tanks which are not firing the premium, the ammo can be quite nice. I know you can pen the cupola, but I do find in pub games at least, I do block a fair amount of damage in there. And since the gun actually got buffed with a DPM, you can really just layer in the hurt, to be honest with you. I've shot all my AP rounds now, so I'm kind of left to just the heat shells. One just over 7,000 damage. That was just a poor shot there. You see me wiggling my gun in frustration. I should have led that shot a lot more. We do get one into M60, but then gets quickly shut down by our Object 705. and there's only 2 tanks remaining now. At one point it's looking like we could really go on and get quite a significant amount of damage, but all of a sudden everyone around us, all the enemy team, just managed to fold, and we've only got this one Type 5 heavy now, which we're going to try and get across to see if we can pick up a little bit more damage. It'd be nice if we could just get one more shot in if we can. He was full health, but he's got surrounded by so many tanks now. I'm starting to think I may not get any extra damage out of this Type 5, unfortunately. But we can try. Yeah, I mean, like I say, it helps when you've got no fun police in this game on steps. It's a lot easier to play. A lot more enjoyable to play anyway. But yeah, it's an E5 is just such a fun tank for me to play. I just really like playing the E5. There you go. Unfortunately, we don't manage to pick up any damage on at the end of the game, but we do have a fairly decent going, picking up 3 kills, 7,200 damage, 1,000 assistance. We block 3,000 damage, and we pick up the ace tank and high caliber. So that's it for the first replay. Got one more to come, and I will see you in a bit. Okay, so welcome back for the final replay of the video. Now, unfortunately, for some reason, when I've recorded this video, it's come back with no game volume. I don't know why it's done it, but I didn't want to just waste a video. So hopefully, you can still enjoy it without the game volume. But I'll try and sort it out for the next videos. I'm really not too sure what happened there. But we're on Great Wall. We've got no fun police again. We're actually platooned up with one of my friend's tanks at the moment, and he's at the moment I think in the Sheridan. And yeah, so with no fun police, it's team destruction, so we don't have to worry about being capped out either. I can't say Great Wall's a favourite map for myself, to be honest with you. I'm not a massive fan. I've had good games on it, but it's not a I don't think it's a fantastic map. That's just my opinion. But yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to go right away to the corner in the heavy flank and see what we can do. We don't have to worry about getting shot by the artillery. You normally can pick up some damage there and get into a brawl, which is what I want. And like I say, I don't have to concern myself too much if the other team goes completely the other way, because I don't have to worry about being capped out, because it is team destruction. So that is nice, because sometimes on this map you often find one team goes one way, one goes the other way, and then it can be a bit of a if you're on a slower heavy tank, you could spend a lot of time chasing the damage. This is why I'm not a massive fan of the map. But we're into sort of the location where we want. We've got this heavy tank 705 below us, which we've got to be a bit careful of. But it doesn't really have the gun depression to get shots into us at the moment. So I'm just going to ignore him. It's not much of a concern for me. And I'm going to try and pick up the damage from the tanks, which I do have to get shot, which I can get shots in without exposing myself too much, like this T30. And we quickly shut down that T30 and got ourselves a little bit of damage. Got ourselves on the board. I have to really expose myself to get shots into this 705 below. He does shot and he actually bounces though. So we're going to move forward now. Our team's going in. We try and track him in place. We do get one in, but he's quickly lost a lot of his hit points with these TDs pushing into him. We adjust our shot. We pick up the kill. And now I'm just going to try and get in behind these enemy heavy tanks and medium tanks, which are, they're kind of in the sandwich here. So we should just be able to get behind and make quick work of the damage. It looks like the rest of the damage is on the other side of the map now. But like I say, I don't have to worry about being capped out. So I'm just going to keep driving forward, try and get as much damage as we can. We've got one into this T44. We're going to ignore him now because the rest of the hit points are on this Object 268. So I want to maximise the damage. So I'm going to let my other team finish off at medium while I can focus on the tank which has got more hit points. Literally nothing this Object 268 can do now. I'm behind him. There's literally nothing he can do. I'm just trying to get as many shots in as I can. And we do, putting us onto sort of 3,000 damage. It's still fairly even on the scoreline. It looks like what's happened is a lot of our team's gone one way. We've sort of won the fight there. A lot of the enemy team's gone the opposite way and they've won the fight. And we're now sort of evens on 9-9. But what can happen in this situation on the the normal variant of the map, one team will try and cap out, but like I say, it's team destruction, so we don't have to concern ourselves with that. And you can see where the enemy team's going. So I'm still actually on full hit points here, which is really nice. And I'm just going to drive straight at the enemy team, and hopefully I can get in another little brawl and see if we can pick up a bit more damage. Because, like I say, it's unusual to have all your hit points here at this sort of stage of the game. We're not taking any shots. This light tank's come out. We want to try and get rid of this TL100 if we can. Just gets rid of that little, pest which can just be driving, flying around, which is not ideal when you're trying to get in a brawl with a lot of the tanks. So I'm kind of like ahead of my team here. A lot of my team are behind me, but I want to push up if I can to try and get onto the corner here. Because it's going to be an easier position for me to bottleneck the enemy team while I've got my sort of TDs etc behind me, giving me some cover fire. We shut down the light tank, and now we've got the, we're heading into a situation. We've got in a brawl, but we're hold down here at the moment. But I want to try and make the distance if possible, and try and get into this corner, like I say, and just bottleneck the enemy team on the corner, so that I can just use my armour, use the DPM since the buff of this tank, and just pick up as much damage as I can, and just kind of bullying the tier 8 tanks at the moment. Like that Paladin's not really any concern of mine. He does get shut down, and now we're just trying to land as many shots in as we can, as quickly as we can. Ideally, I don't want my friendly team to push up, because selfishly I want to try and pick up all the damage for myself. So I've got to try and get as much damage in as I can. We get one for the track wheel there, putting us onto just under 6,000 damage. We've got this waffle. I could swap to the HE rounds, but there's just other tanks which I can shoot as well, so I don't want to risk that. I want to make sure I can sort of hit every tank which I'm shooting at. We've only got 4 AP rounds left. And yeah, we're going to try and move forward. We'll try and finish off this 277. Unfortunately, we don't roll high enough to finish him off, leaving them with 6 hit points. But yeah, and then unfortunately that shot we should have aimed a bit closer to the track wheel, would have penned that. And yeah, now we're just looking for the tanks which have the most hit points. It's 4 versus 7. I've still not lost any damage. I've literally, this game, I've got up to 7,000 damage, and it's not like I've been camping at the back of the map, is it? It's just one of them situations where it's just worked really well for me, and I've been fighting tanks which are struggling to pen me, and yeah, there's 2 tanks left to mop up now. I kind of wanted to get to 8,000, but I know that Conway's got the big gun, so I really want to get a shot on this TD before he loses all of his hit points. And unfortunately, as I go round, I get a little bit of a lag there, and it kind of compels me forwards, making me miss my shot. So I'm thinking, I'm not going to get time to get the kill there, which was a shame, because that would have been my top gun. And yeah, I got a little bit of weird, I think that must have been a server-wide lag, because I think I've got really good internet, so I don't really suffer from latency issues or anything. But I think sometimes a game, you can get sort of server lag where everyone seems to get it at the same time. And we've only got this 1 medium tank left now to find, and I can't start to think, I hope he has not just run all the way around the map, because I don't really want to be chasing this tank, around the whole map. But at the same time, I know that I'm 1 kill away from the top gun. It would be quite nice to finish this game. I had such a good start. I wanted to get about 8,000 damage, but just at the end, when my team pushed up, it just wasn't possible. This projectile comes forward now. Now, I think he's going to kill the Conway, because he's eating a shot, and, he was in this clip potential. But I don't know if he's maybe already fired one of his shots, because he's not going through the kill. So I'm guessing that maybe he hasn't fired his shot. Which, means that, to be honest, now the Conway is probably about reloaded. And I'm thinking I'm not actually going to get there to pick up this. So yeah, I'm still going to go, because you never know, do you? You might be able to pick up that last little bit of damage with that kill. But unfortunately wasn't to be. The Conway does finish the kill. And that brings us an end to the video. So what's left to do is see how we got on. We've got 5 kills. Just over 7,000 damage. A little tiny bit of assistance. High caliber. And the ace tanker. And that brings us to an end to the video. So, as always, thank you so much for watching, and happy tanking.
Enemy in sight! Hadouken!